How to become powerful early in No Rest for the Wicked. Turn your normal weapon into one-hit wonders. Upgrade your armor to self-regenerate health. And also get all the cool special attacks, double swings, and more. This all begins as you kill Worry the Torn and enter Sacrament City. I'm gonna go through the essential tutorial of the game and kill the first boss. No worries if you struggle with the first boss, we have a full Parry guide for you that will make him easy mode. And you arrive in the town square. The first vendor we're looking for, the girl with the flame, Eleanore. You can enchant, infuse, and rune up here. Enchanting is the most interesting one, because enchanting takes a normal piece of gear and makes it blue or purple. It will cost 1 silver though, but 1 silver is totally fine. You now think 1 silver is a lot because you just came here and you're like, what? But look at my current inventory of merely going out for 15 minutes to kill some opponents. I mean, that's 61 copper, 97, 89, 15, 1 silver, and 32. It's like you're just soaking up money at a certain point. No worries. Now let's enchant this helmet, for example, the 10th Outrider cap for 1 silver. Boop. And now this one did turn into a blue one. And you can see it does electric resistance, experience gain, focus gain, and poise defense increased. Now there's an interesting thing happening in this game. Blue items have no downside. Purple items have 2 to 4 effects, but 1 negative, always. For example, experience loss on death. But resistance, focus gain, item weight decrease, pretty good actually, and indestructible. Or this helmet, which does health regeneration and healing effects increase, but I lose some gold on death. This is, by the way, 20 XP, and this is 20 copper lost on death. But it continuously heals me up, which is absolutely bonkers, because you don't have to actually use your food anymore. I'll stand still for 5 to 10 seconds, and suddenly I'm full HP again. Like this, you join the city for the first time, take your main weapon you're playing, might it be a mace, blood-rusted sword, or the Brothers' Keepers, and then turn that straight into a powerful weapon. A bomb attacks deal cold damage, chance to gain copper, increase stamina by 8 for 20 seconds after a parry, and well, durability half, but they just buff durability. So we're creating straight up a powerful weapon, but we're not done, because there's the runing up, and runes are the ability of weapons. This one, for example, has dual breaker currently, and if I want to, I can actually extract a rune that would break the weapon, but I would store the rune in my inventory to then in the next step, slap the rune on a different item. Let me extract this, for example. I extracted this, and then I could infuse it on the cleric's mace, because this only works on one-handed weapons, but boom, it's on. Because only 25 copper, plenty cheap. The lady even sells me bonus runes. The Pulse of Health, slot this rune into weapon to gain a Pulse of Health rune, channel, heal aura, repair, or even return. Oh, wait, there's repair? Oh, cool. So I can repair my weapon with focus. That's kind of nice. Keep in mind, this does not work on legendary items. They get their 4 abilities and they're kind of locked to their 4 abilities. But there's a thing you can do, and that is use your gems to infuse. And that for my corpse smeared blade with the feather would decrease the item weight by up to 30%, or give me another 4 to 15% extra cold damage. You notice, as soon as you get into the city, making a weapon into something truly worthwhile is easy. And especially if you want to keep it for longer, because this weapon I have now from very early on, and I keep upgrading it. But how do we upgrade? And not only weapons. And that is where Fillmore comes in. You can talk to this lad, buy, and he is actually selling copper ingots. And that's so important because the early upgrade is the weapon shards and the armor shards you find, plus copper ingots for weapon. Now this one is upgraded a couple times already, so I do need copper, iron, and silver ingots, plus a bear paw. But we have already boosted the damage from 23 to 37. Now let me buy 2 ingots just to show you the early power boost you can essentially get with 2 ingots. And that would be on our 2-handed divine scimitar. It would go from 16 up to 18. And then if we're going for 2 more copper ingots, we're going straight up to 21. And now I only need iron ingots to even boost this further, and I can keep the weapon with me. We're still not done though, because now I don't have iron ingot, but I do have iron ore already. What do I do? And that's where the game truly begins and keeps you busy. Because you'll get Mr. Dennis. He's right here next to the Rookery Tower. And Dennis gives you things to do, things to upgrade. For example, Whittaker's Crafting Shack unlocks the workbench for crafting furniture and utensils, as well as sawmill to refine wood into planks. Then Marcus' Alchemy Stand, here you can make potions and bombs. But more important, Fillmore's Smithy. I do need only 10 pine wood and 5 copper ore, and then unlocks the anvil for crafting weapons and armors, as well as the furnace to refine iron ore into ingots. Well, I already own 5 pine wood, and 5 pine wood is 3 to 5 trees just being felled. The copper ore, easily acquired as well. And yes, you can actually upgrade the enchantment shop to even enchant further. The first thing you're going to craft though is the lodging staircase with pine wood and copper ore, so you can actually easily go into the rookery to your storage, or you'll have to every time go up again to run there. But afterwards, Fillmore's Smithy is what you're looking for. And there's an interesting thing about the copper ore and iron ore and silver ore. They are infinite. And with that, I mean, this tree here, I've felled already 30 times over. And don't forget to pick up all the herbs at any time because, well, yeah, they do respawn too. And if you, after that tree, actually head down this ladder, whee! That's where they meet the alchemist the first time. But this cave is very good. And first and foremost, you can, after beating the cave, straight up go up to the left. Go past the waterfall and jump down. And then you already get your first. I think that should be a copper vein. Now, you notice this is pretty slow because, well, I only do have a copper pickaxe. Oh, before I forget to mention it, make sure that your resource inventory has the space for it. Now, this is not the only thing that respawns here. It's also the enemies that are actually respawning, which makes this double interesting because you can actually get good loot on top of the resources you're farming and get quite some experience. I mean, now I'm dropping down here, and that's the next copper already. So 2 copper ores very close to the entrance that does actually respawn. And then I would recommend you to head in a roundabout back to the entrance of the cave. And obviously kill every single opponent because, well, easy experience. Get it all destroyed. Pick up the loot. When you notice my fighting style is very simplistic, smash everything. But talking about loot, good resources, but not only good resources, here, that's already the noble leather cloak that we just picked up. And I told you money is not a problem. First and foremost, this noble leather cloak is vastly better than what I have. But second and most important, this is going to sell for 92. That's another enchantment if I wish to do it. And going further, here is the next copper deposit. I do think I made my point clear, right? It's just very good. Now I gotta... But you could also die. The good thing is, even if you die down here, you can actually activate your Serum Whisper right next to the first copper deposit that we've actually found there. So if you're looking for copper, this is your location. But now, copper is not the only thing we needed. That was iron for our next weapon, right? For this, we'll need to head into the Nameless Path area after Sacrament. That I would recommend after you upgraded your weapon the first times with the clay upgrades, so you're already ready for the iron upgrades. And the iron is to be found all the way to the right, straight before you actually do get into the mine area. There's a closed-off entrance, but there's the beginning of the mines, essentially the beginning of the whole area, and there is just iron ore waiting for you. I do highly recommend getting yourself an iron pickaxe though, because with a normal copper pickaxe, this is quite taking a while. But hey, that's already one iron ore that, as we said, continuously respawns. And then further iron ores are found on your way up the hill. Now, as an alternative, before you start farming the pine wood and the copper ore, you could go for the buy tab and actually buy an anvil from him for crafting weapons and armor, an alchemy table for crafting potions and elixir, or furnace to melt ore into ingots. But look at the price. This is 3 silver. And if we're again looking for the upgrade, it says unlocks the anvil and as well the furnace. So I could choose now to just merely farm a little bit. And let's be real, if you're actually going through the beginning of the game, you're already picking up some ore and everything instead of spending 4 silver. Now, if you really don't like the farming, just go out there, smash some monsters, sell the things, and straight up buy yourself the furnace. Now, some in-game time has passed already. To be precise, 2 hours. And that tree is still depleted. Here is another iron deposit, by the way. Copper deposit. Excuse me on my French. So you have even more copper. Ta-da. So what about the copper in the actual Marinus Keep Mines Alchemist Shamambo Bambo? Going up the ladder, item ain't respawned because that item does respawn as well. Second item hasn't respawned. I did actually miss a copper ore here. I'm an absolute bot. There was even one more copper ore on our triple copper ore streak early. Then we're jumping over to go down. And well, the ore ain't still here. And we haven't gotten the ore yet respawned, but it will come back after a couple of hours. So either keep pushing the acts, exploring the game, go back to Marinus Keep to actually fight the Torn boss over and over again, and then you can get more copper. Or as I said, simply buy the furnace. Keep in mind that these items you bought can only be placed into your house. Yes, there is actually a housing feature in the game. You can buy yourself houses. And this one would, for example, cost 30 silver. And the cheapest housing I could find, that is this one, is currently 20 silver. 20 silver, though, is really fast to be achieved. Although my inventory right now is holding the value of 5 to 6 silver again, and I just got this as we were recording this video. Okay, scrap that. I quickly get the resources. And that builds us Fillmore Smithy. Takes 1 hour of real time to be built. I've waited 2 hours. The furnace is done. I can turn 1 copper ore into 1 bar, as it seems. And that is going to just take 2 minutes. And let's actually going this out quickly. And I can turn 1 iron ore into 1 bar. So it's a 1-to-1 conversion. That's actually really good, especially since you can just spam it full and then you'll just simply wait. And for the anvil, we do need blueprints first, which conveniently gets sold by the smith themselves, like the axe, the tongue splitter, and the telebar armor. Others will have to be found in the world. And that's it. This is how you get powerful early, right as you enter into Sacrament. Never not carry a pickaxe. Always farm every single deposit. Wood can be had later, but the actual minerals you want straight away. If you're now interested in getting perfect at parrying or watch Act 1 100% get discovered, enjoy both videos. They're plenty amazing and helpful. Thanks for watching.